All right, let's jump right in.
Yeah.
Today we're looking at church management software, specifically a system called My Church System.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, and it's not just about like making things digital.
Right.
They're saying this could totally change how churches handle, well, all the admin stuff and even more importantly, I think, how they build those connections with their members.
And that's really key, isn't it? Because churches are facing this digital challenge, right? How to adapt to the online world. And it's interesting how my church system is tackling that head on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like on their About Us page, they talk about digital transformation, community enhancement, resource optimization, and global accessibility. It's not just buzzwords.
It sounds like they really get what churches are going through these days.
I think so. They're hitting on the core struggles, but also the goals that churches are grappling with.
So
Drag
if we
further
look at the
on.
features they offer, it seems like they're trying to make things a lot easier for everyone involved.
Oh, absolutely.
Leaders, members, the whole community.
You're right. They really do cover a lot of ground. We're talking member management, events, communication, finances. It's impressive how comprehensive it is.
It is. And, one thing that strikes me is all the data that churches have to deal with these days.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, right?
Like member information, attendance records, contributions, you name it.
It's a lot, and I think what my church system offers is a way to pull all that together.
Make sense of it.
Exactly, and manage it effectively, which could free up so much time and energy for churches.
Okay, so let's break it down for our listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're a church leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got this growing congregation, tons of activities, and you're constantly trying to keep everyone connected. How does my church system help with all of that?
Well, let's start with the member management feature.
Okay.
They go beyond basic contact lists. We're talking about comprehensive profiles for each member. So you're not just tracking attendance, you're also looking at family relationships, maybe even mapping out each member's journey within the church.
So it's like getting a deeper understanding of each person.
Exactly. And that kind of insight can be incredibly valuable for a church.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not just about names and addresses anymore.
No, it's about really knowing the individuals who make up your community and how they're involved.
And speaking of involvement, when it comes to keeping members engaged, my church system has some pretty cool features, wouldn't you say?
Oh, for sure. A wide range of communication tools.
Like what?
Well, they have your standard SMS and in-app messaging, but they also offer things like scheduled devotionals sent directly to members' phones.
Okay, so every day.
Yeah, and even service reminders, so no one misses out.
I don't know, wouldn't that be a bit much for some people getting a devotional every day?
You make a good point. While it aligns with their goal of enhancing community, churches do have to be sensitive to individual preferences.
Yeah.
Not every feature will work for everyone.
True. Now, another thing they have is this growth analytics feature. It gives you all sorts of data on things like church growth, attendance patterns, and member engagement.
Data can be powerful.
Yeah. I know some people might find it a bit dry, but wouldn't it be amazing to see which outreach programs are actually bringing in new members?
Absolutely. Instead of just guessing, you have real evidence.
Data-driven decisions.
Exactly. And for churches, especially those with limited resources, that kind of insight is so important. It helps them focus on what's working best.
And speaking of resources, we can't ignore the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Finances.
Right, right.
I know churches aren't all about money,
Of course not.
but keeping the lights on and all that, it's a reality.
Of course. It's essential.
And my church system has tools to help with that too, right?
Yes. They aim to simplify contributions and make it easier for members to support their church financially. Their online giving feature in particular could be a game changer.
It seems like it.
It's convenient, it's secure.
Oh, and you know what? We actually have an image of the My Church System dashboard here in our notes.
Oh, cool.
And it looks pretty impressive. What jumps out at you?
Well, it's very visual. The
Yeah.
dashboard gives you like a snapshot of how your church is doing with all these key metrics clearly displayed.
So you can tell at a glance what's going on.
Yeah. Recent attendance, new member growth, upcoming birthdays, that's all right there.
That's great because not every church leader is a tech whiz.
Right, exactly.
Speaking of which, how about their pricing plans? Are they accessible to different churches?
They have a range of options to fit various needs and sizes. So their Genesis plan is free for up to 40 members.
Okay.
Then there's Bronze, which is 150 CDs per month for up to 300 members. Silver at 300 CDs for up to 600 members. And Gold at 700 CDs per month for up to 1,500 members.
So there's something for everyone, it seems.
Yeah. And they even list their phone number for support right on the website. Plus 233-501-305096. Plus their support hours.
So they're making it easy to get started and get help if you need it.
For sure.
Okay, we've covered a lot in this first episode. We've talked about the goals of My Church system, looked at some of their key features, and even peeked at their pricing plans.
Yeah.
What are some of the big takeaways for you so far?
You know, it's really impressive that they're not just trying to digitize individual tasks here.
Right.
They're aiming for a more holistic approach, you know? They want to help churches thrive in a digital world. And that includes everything from member management and finances to building a strong sense of community and engaging people in meaningful ways.
So it's a much bigger picture than just, automating a few things here and there.
Absolutely. It's a very intentional approach to church management in the 21st century.
I agree. But before we wrap up this episode, I want to leave our listeners with something to ponder.
Hmm.
We've talked about the practical benefits of this system, but there's a deeper question here.
Oh, yeah.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, it says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen."
Powerful.
So could a system like this, could technology actually help build that faith and make those unseen things more visible within our communities?
That's a great question and definitely one worth exploring further. But for now, I'd encourage everyone to go to app.mychurchsystem.com, check it out for themselves.
And visit their website, mychurchsystem.com, for more information.
Yes, do that.
We'll be back with episode 2, where we'll dig into that question of faith and technology in more detail.